And it was in a room, and also he states this, he wants this to be cleared up. It is him whose life was taken. It was him. And also he shows me a wall and his memory out of the physical body, looking at his remains, almost skeletal, behind that bricked wall.
Is this the same man that sort of took over you?
Yes, this is him.
Right. You can see him there, he's still there?
Yes, he's still there.
So if I was to shout something out now, would there likely to be a reaction on his face that you could see?
Yes, whatever.
Shall I try it?
Yeah, try it.
Why can't you leave?
He's smiling. Smiling with, I feel, psychically, I pick up the, it's like, do we understand? Do we understand? You see his presence of, even in spirit body, his presence of his talent and his, I suppose, ego is still retained there.
Derek was suddenly distracted by the distinct sound of a voice.
I just heard a man say, my name's Joe. My name's Joe. It sounded like Joe Garibaldi. He's a nice man, him. he's a cheap look. The smile.
Is he there?
He's elegant, yes.
Where is he?
He's here to the side of this stanchion here. Just there.
So if I was to walk in...
Walk over, Yvette, just see what you can feel. Let's see what he does.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Oh, can you feel that?
Feel it?
Can you feel that?
What can you feel?
A draft?
No.
You can't feel that?
No.
It's there.
You can't feel where I'm... Can somebody please come and stand here?
No, I cannot feel
Can you not
anything.
feel?
Oh, it is drafty here. Very drafty here.
He's just said, I was the best. I was the best. Not them two. Me. But I'm not as egotistical as those two. I used to do it. I was outperforming. And of course they could hear me from the chest and here. The applause. Now, I just got this very pronounced way as he's influenced me in my walking with this man. It's like as if Joe, in his expressions, in acting, was like he would take on many, many parts and would have no hesitation, no qualms. It's like, whatever is given to me, whatever part I will express from here, and we'll let those people decide who is. And they'd walk. Like this, you see, with his back. What a lovely soul.
Was this amusing spirit the ghost of Joe Grimaldi, the clown? Next, Derek was drawn to a tunnel down behind the stage.
Who lay there?
Arnold. Why did he break him up behind the wall?
Who bricked him up?
He's sorry, Macklin. If he could turn the clock back, he's very sorry. In a fit of rage, he's just absolutely, continually, bless him, cursing himself for what he did towards Ro. And he said, just in blind fury and non-understanding, he had to hide his body. Some thought it was Hallam. No, it was Arnold. That is, I wish, oh, let it comes.
Was you saying he was bricked up behind this wall?
I feel there's a bricking up here, yes. Keane comes down to have a look. Keane, in actual fact, helped expose this. Helped expose it. He was the one that wanted Woodrow to be found. And to get the people to knock the wall down. Was the wall knocked? That was part of changes and renovation. I know he's done a terrible act by taking the other man's life, but I feel other than that, he had goodness in him anyway. He just had one of these faults that we all have, that, you know, a pent-up anger that we can let fly. And unfortunately, he let it fly and then took it too far.
It doesn't seem right, though, that a murderer and that the person he murdered are still together in the same atmosphere.
Exactly, it doesn't seem right. But, you know, this is, and has happened in many places, many sites all over the world, where the killer and also the person who's lost their life have found themselves stuck in the same energy, level of atmosphere. One, not screaming to get out of it, but voicing an opinion and then shouting back. And you know, after all this time, they're still going through, when they cross each other's pathways, they're still going through, it's like a reenactment of the time of the death. What hurt him, I feel more, is to be placed behind a wall, his physical remains, more so than the actual act of killing him.
Right.
The barbaric way in which to conceal him has more affected him for not wanting to give the forgiveness.
Was he concealed alive then, or are you saying he was aware he was concealed once he was dead? So you're saying his spirit was aware of that?
His spirit was aware.
So he wasn't concealed alive?
No. No, he physically actually left the body, and I feel actually watched this man breaking him up.
Watch his own body being immured?
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
very much so. So of course that adds to the negative spice of things, doesn't it?
And on that note, shall we be brave and turn all the lights off? Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let's go and get the night vision cameras then. Let's go do that.
The actors and audience had gone home long ago, leaving the theatre dark and empty. Was this the cue for ghostly feet to tread the boards? And would we be their audience? We decided now was a good time to switch to our night vision cameras and split into two groups. Mark, Martin and Ian were in one group. Jason, Rick, Carl and myself were in another.
Where?
We all had seen a man with chains walk behind Carl. We also heard the sound of the chains and caught it on tape. And oddly enough, the sound doesn't fade away. It abruptly stops.
Did you just see someone down there?
Yeah, I saw a man with chains.
He walked across here.
No, he walked across there. He didn't. Yes, he did.
Must have gone upstairs. Well, he's nowhere around. He could not have made it up these stairs at that speed.
You were standing with your camera pointing at the three of us.
And we looked beyond you, and there was a man walking from the left to the right.
Side on.
Carrying a load of chain.
That's the man with chains.
The man with chains. A massive bunch of chains.
In black.
Dark hair, little fat guy.
A little stout man, quite sort of with a bit of a tummy.
Probably about 5'8", 5'9".
But we can't find him.
There's no way he could have come up here. He just disappeared.
There's nobody else here, apart from us.
We never did find out who the man with the chains was. Was it a ghost we had seen or someone else